Hey everybody, this is Joy Packard, and say hi. This is my sister.
Hi.
She's allowing us to bombard her here in San Antonio at her house. So thankful for her. She's married to my brother. Anyway, we are waiting on some kids to come home from school, and so I thought I would get on here and give you a quick update on a few things. My husband and my oldest son are returning to my husband and my oldest son are actually on their way to Houston right now with a rescue team, and they're going the path that they need to go back with boats. They're joining a team of people, and they're going to be in Houston soon to help with this unbelievable catastrophe, and so he's going to use his doctor skills if needed, and my son is real strong, and yes, it's a little bit, it's worrisome for a mother and a wife to have them go back. Christina, hi Christina. Christina's on here.
Christina Packard?
Mm-hmm. There's your mama, Christina. Anyway, so my husband and my son are on a rescue team right now back to Houston to help those in need. Our family right now is safe. We are evacuated. And I've been checking our home. Our home is still okay, but there's a lot of people in our neighborhood in the very back that have had to be rescued with boats. And so it's so devastating to me. It's really sad, but we continue to pray. And like I say, it's a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous with my husband and my son. But I'm also so proud of them, because my husband told me he is with this crew, and they have these kayaks and boats, and they're going through, and they actually said, whatever able bodies can come and help, that they're needing all the help they can get. They say this is the worst storm in the United States in history, and so this is also starting to affect some family that is about 2 hours east of Houston. What is it? Is it a mandatory evacuation now?
For Pine Forest.
So we have some, thank you, Stephen. We have some family that's 2 hours east of Houston, 2 hours east, and my sister is now telling me that they have mandatory evacuation. So that's the area that has my other Amazon warehouse. It's unbelievable, some of the things that we're seeing. So, thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Linda. I'm looking at her phone at some of the updates of where some of our family is, and they're having to evacuate now. And so it's even though we're not there, I'm still not able to sleep, because I am still doing a lot of praying for those who've had to stay behind. And like I say, a lot of people at the back of our neighborhood, in the very, very back, their houses are their first floors are underwater, and we have some people that are in an area where they're on their second floor, and it's getting to be where they're having to get rescued now by boat. So we continue to pray for you guys who are still in Houston. We're thinking about you constantly. I'm so proud to say, as dangerous as it can be, my husband, and who is a doctor, and my oldest son, who's really strong, are going back. They'll be in Houston in about 2 more hours, and they're with a rescue team, and they're going to be basically, they're with a group that has some boats and kayaks, and they are going to go and help. We still have some family in Houston that is not able to get out, and so there's several people standing on the top of their roof with families that are begging for help. And so my husband we just called him. Thank you, Lisa. I just called my husband, and basically I said he's with this group, and they basically have said, if you are willing and able to go and help, they're asking for volunteers now. And so Did you say your husband's going on Saturday with a group?
Yeah.
My sister's husband is my husband's brother. They are all gathering a group here from San Antonio, and they're going to be heading down to help with efforts. So, like I say, we just got word from some family in Vidor, and they are under mandatory evacuation now. So, I'm not sure which way they're going to get out. But those of you who are familiar with any evacuation routes from Southeast Texas,
Oh, it's voluntary, sorry.
Oh, that's voluntary still,
yeah, for
but
Pine
still.
Forest.
Yeah, but that's gone from nothing to voluntary,
Yeah.
and so voluntary can possibly soon turn to mandatory. So anyway, I'm able to check my house through my phone, and so far we are very, very blessed, and our house is still okay, but the levee is still has a chance to crest, and thank you, Rhonda. Anyway, it's so unbelievable to me, the sphere of the storm, and how, like I say, we have family that's 2 hours east and that are getting so affected right now. And do you think they're going to evacuate?
I hope
Anyway, we have some people on the north side of town. We have some people in an hour from Houston who an hour from Houston to where they're not able to get out, so they are, on rescue list to be rescued by boats. And so we continue to pray. We pray. That's what we can do. That a lot of people say, what can I do to help? And that's what we need to do. So, like I say, my husband and my son are probably about an hour and a half now from Houston, and they're with a team of people. They're with a group of people where they have kayaks and boats, and they're going in to do some rescuing. And my husband basically said, I just talked to him on the phone, said they are asking for as many volunteers as can come and help. And that's how catastrophic it is right now. And I've never heard that, with a lot of hurricanes that we've been in. Yes, hurricanes are devastating and catastrophic, but this is going down as one of the worst, if not the worst, storm in history in the United States, in our hometown. And so, even though we are safe and evacuated, I still don't really sleep, because I'm thinking about everybody who was left behind, or who was still in their home on their second floor, and now the waters are rising to the second floor. And so and some of my friends who stayed, and I was able to contact them, are not answering anymore. So they must be losing signal. So anyway, we need to continue to pray. That's what those of you who are texting and private messaging and saying, what can we do? That's what we can do. And those who are able are going back as volunteers and going back on boats. And like I say, as those of you who are coming on, my son just left with my husband a few hours ago, and they are going with rescue teams to go and help. So, that's kind of scary it's scary to send them back, but hey Jeff, no, we don't know we can go home yet. We are still under evacuation, and the levee is still possible to go over and crest. So in the meantime, yes, thank you, Missy. That's what we need the most is we need prayer from this nation. And as they're watching, and people are messaging me, saying, what can we do? And I have never, ever seen Houston like this before. And it's like all over. It's not just main Houston of what you guys are seeing on the news. I'm talking like we're South Houston. And now, my sister's sitting next to me, and we're reading posts of 2 hours east of Houston where we have tons of family, and they're under voluntary evacuation now, but the water is getting high. So I hope those of you who are still able to watch this, who are in Houston, are doing okay. We still have some family over there that were not able to make it out. And my son is actually going for them with a boat right now as we are on here. Hey, Sandy. I will. I think Janelle's on here. Janelle, I think you see this comment. So, I'm sure you're seeing a lot of this on the news. It's so surreal for me to go on here and see our neighborhoods around. I know that some of the levees have broken some of the areas where our friends that are still there I'm asking them how they're doing, and they're telling me it's hour by hour now. And they said, just tell everybody, if you get on Facebook, to please pray. And so that's what I'm asking you to do. Those of you who are watching the news, you see the devastation of these families. And, we're so blessed to have been able to get out. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. I hope you were able to evacuate and get out of there. I know we have several friends and loved ones still there, like I said, and they're in their homes and they're not able to get out. So they're having to make do with whatever they're doing, and they're on their second floor now. Some of them had electricity a few hours ago and internet still, but now they're not answering. So anyway, even though we're very happy as far as being able to get our family safely, and we're very blessed to have some family, my sister here in San Antonio that we're staying with, we are still thinking of those who are suffering, and it's just so devastating. But we continue to pray together, and for those who are going through so much right now, especially in Houston. I know there's people that are on the outskirts of Houston that have had some of these things happen. So again, my son, yeah, hey Jeff, yeah. So those of you who are joining, again, I was reporting to let you know, I was just, even though as dangerous it is, my husband and my oldest son are on their way back to Houston right now. They're about an hour and a half away with a group and boats, kayaks, and they are on a rescue team right now. And it's amazing to me. And they're going to go back and they're going to do what they can. And they're asking for as many people who are able to go there and help to go. It's the first time I've ever heard that, as far as them really, I mean, I know that we have Coast Guard there, we have everything, but it's so much devastation and so many people needing to be rescued that the numbers are outweighing the help. So, we are, I'm so proud of my son who wanted to, that's what he was thinking about all morning today. It's Brandon. And they're en route right now. They're almost there within an hour. And they're letting people go through who are on the rescue crews and stuff. So anyway, again, I hope that those of you who have stayed, we still have family that are still in Houston and in Vidor and some other cities that are all around. And we are hoping that you guys are okay and able to make your evacuation routes if you guys are deciding to evacuate. And Brenda, thank you. Brenda's tagging me in a route to get out of Vidor. So those of you who are in Vidor, our loved ones, I see some of you on here. I think it's time to get out. Get your route. Get out of there. And I know it's scary to make that decision. I know a lot of you on here who are not in Houston or are used to hurricanes, and you're in the outer city, and you're just basically saying it's easy, just evacuate. There's so many factors that you have to think about when you evacuate, and I say this every video because there's so many people that judge and say, why haven't people gotten out of there? Well, it's because when you evacuate, even when we were evacuating, we saw people on the side of the road. They ran out of gas, and then what? You have kids. We have grandkids that need milk and diapers. You're running your AC, and if there's a long line, you may run out of gas. And so there's several factors that you have to consider. We were so blessed to be able to be on an evacuation route yesterday where we were able to get out okay. And so I'm hoping that will be that way for you guys today who are evacuating. So all right, I just wanted to give you a report of what I know, and continued prayers and continued pleading for those who are watching to pray, for those who are still there. And for those who are, are still in their homes and who are on the second floor, and they're starting to lose, their electricity and their signal and things like that. So we need to be aware. There's still, it's just so much still, we're not, even though we're evacuated, we're still watching our neighborhood and those around, and loved ones 2 hours from here that I'm concerned about. So anyway, do you have any words to say?
You've said it all.
Okay.
You've said it all.
She's my sister. She's the one that's allowing us to graciously letting us stay at her home. So we're so blessed. One more thing that I have to say is several people, when I make these live videos, are posting links to help those who are having to evacuate. I know I can get in contact with some Marriott friends that basically told me here in San Antonio, if you are FEMA approved or if you are an evacuee, they are letting you stay for either a discount or free. There's also like a travel form that someone posted on one of my videos where you can get reimbursed for your travel. So if you don't have a place to stay and you find a hotel, there's some forms that you can fill out so that you can get reimbursed. The other thing that I wanted to say, I was watching this video earlier today, and it was a very good video of someone basically, for those of you who are affected by this hurricane, especially those in Houston, Corpus Christi, all those, that he basically encouraged you to call your insurance, your car payments, your mortgage and all that, to ask for an extension, and he got them. So the least that they would say is no, but for the most part, for a few months, 2 to 3 months, if you're able to put back your mortgage, your car payment, your light bill, your phone bill, whatever. I know AT&T, I got an email or a text earlier, said that they are waiving all roaming charges. So if you're not on an unlimited plan, so many people. So, if there's anything that I'm so grateful for as I'm talking to you guys, is to see the people who are banding together to help. There's people that are offering their homes, food, shelter, rescue. I saw this one post, I was telling my sister, a VRBO, somebody was trying to stay in New Braunfels, and that person either let them stay for free or cut the rent in half for people who are evacuating. So my last thing that I'll say to you is, when I came, my van, I ran over some cones because anyway, it messed up my radiator and everything, and I was blessed to still make it to San Antonio. But I took it to this Firestone here, and they said normally we would make you go to a body shop, but we know that's going to take some time, so we're going to make it happen for you, and we're going to fix it so that you can get your van back in a day. So so many people, if there's anything that times like this bring, is to get people to band together, and so much love, so much outpouring of love. It's unbelievable. Anyway, pray for my husband and for my son, who are going back right now to join a rescue team. It's all so surreal, isn't it?
Here's a route that somebody was saying.
Oh, good. Can you send me that? Oh, she tagged me.
Okay.
Maybe we'll take a screenshot of that. That's for
Vidor.
routes.
That's from Vidor to San
There's
Antonio.
a route of people getting out from Vidor
To San Antonio.
All right, everybody. Continued prayers during this very, very, very difficult and devastating time. I'm watching before my eyes so many of my friends' homes being flooded, and it just breaks my heart. And so continued prayers that we can just get through this all. And those who have any information of trying to help people who are still trying to evacuate, routes from Houston, routes from Beaumont to Vidor or whatever, please post them, and you can, feel free to do that on my wall or under these videos so that it's all related. And I'll continue to help update and such. And so I will hear from my husband and my son, who will be in Houston on a rescue team in about an hour to an hour and a half. And I'll let you guys know what's going on with that, though. I'm so proud of them. I'm scared for that too, because there's a lot of danger that can go with that as well, but I'm super proud of them for offering My husband is a doctor, and he's offering his, advice and help and medical care. And then my son, who is super strong and so dedicated, he's been talking about joining this rescue team all day yesterday, and he's actually making it happen. And so proud of my kids and my husband for basically being doers, right?
Right.
Okay, I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know. Casey, see you on here. I hope that you are evacuated. Stan and Brandon are on their way there to rescue. They're on a rescue team right now. So, all right, I will keep you guys updated, and continued prayers, and we're monitoring our neighborhood. I'm monitoring my home and those around us, and continued prayers for those who are being affected at this moment and have been affected. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, you guys take care. I will try and update you guys soon. Bye.